The not going to call it the Open, British Open Bombs edition of Bottom Line Bombs on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Circus Sports. Circus Sports is back with their Circus Survivor and Circa Millions contest. $14 million up for grabs. Get all the details at circusports.com. And with that, play some music that begins with commercially licensed things of that nature. And we are here live. Welcome to the Bottom Line Bombs. I'm your host, CJ Sullivan. It is Wednesday, July 19th. I'm recording remotely. It is not live. To apologize already, so I won't even. That does save us the time of me tweet blasting out and figuring that out, how to quote tweet and get the live broadcast so I can talk to Serial and Captain Insano and KC from JC and JC from KC and the Bears. Cheers for Bears. And the whole crew. I apologize. I am on the road. I'm in Chicago right now doing comedy. If you're listening to this on Wednesday, I'll be at the Comedy Bar headlining tonight. But that's not important right now. I couldn't get a show off Monday. I thought I was going to be able to. I brought the mics, brought the crew, but I underestimated Chicago and what it does to me, and what it does no matter what. Even though I've stopped drinking, it'll be 3 years come August 24th, Kobe Day, 8/24. And I'm thinking, well, Chicago, I'll be able to handle it. And it doesn't matter. Chicago doesn't care if you're drinking or not, although it prefers your drinking. It's an alcoholic city. I'll get into that more in my Man in the Box, but it's just pure chaos, and especially here in the summer, because one, Chicago's the best summer city in America by far. It's not even close. The fervor here, people just go absolutely berserk. One, from being inside for 9 months straight. It's like they broke out of prison. That first day of warm weather, it is like, fuck it, we are going out. Shorts and 40 degrees, whatever. And it's a jailbreak. You're just staring at all the flesh. You can't believe all the flesh that's out. Like, look, everything's been covered up. When you get caught, you have to reacclimate yourself into society. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to be looking at you, lady, but I just broke free from my garden apartment. I was there for 19 months. And now I'm here at a beer fest, some kind of alcohol. There's a street fest on every goddamn block here in Chicago. Holy shit. Can't park a car there. It's it's Brewcraft Fest. 2 white crews playing there from 4 to 3:30. Doesn't even make sense. Well, either way, you got a ticket. They love giving you tickets here. Anyway, I'll get into my Chicago tales, but I'm also going to give you some British Open bombs. I had to get this episode out. I'll be back in Los Angeles next week to do the normal Monday and Wednesday noon live, and then recording episodes, of course. And, we'll get into it, but I have to get the British Open bombs in because they're coming in. They're coming in soon. They're coming in hot. Actually, by the time you guys hear this, which I hope you do. I'm still going to have some technical sound effects and music cues I got to chop in there. But the fun thing about this British Open, it's great for cokeheads because it starts at 1 a.m. Eastern. 4 a.m. is a good group Eastern, but I mean, I love those events where you have no idea what's going on unless you are up all night. For some reason. Anyway, let's see what we got into. I'll get into the whole Chicago and the road thing. I should recap. I mean, the reason why I do have to get into the British Open, it's the biggest sporting event going on right now. There's some ladies World Cup coming up too. I might throw out some women Lady Cup bombs for you, only because there's some value out there. And I was saying this is slowly becoming a golf podcast, like it or not. But I like golf. I like betting on golf. It's fun. But it's definitely a lot of dart throwing. But I'm hitting a lot. And even last week for the Scottish Open, We hit Tyrell Hatton and Tommy Fleetwood top 10. One was plus 185, one was plus 190. So bomb that. Kaboom. I'm gonna do my own sound effects. Since I'll put them in later. But, you know, I like saying kaboom. Like, I'm going to go back and listen. Okay, I said kaboom there. This is a bit odd right now. This is truly Man in the Box. I am staying, for those familiar with the Chicago scene, I'm staying above the bar Cody's up on Barry and Paulina. My good friend Nolan, who owns the bar Galway Bay, the greatest bar in Chicago. If you're ever in Chicago, go to Galway Bay. Why 500 West of Bercy. Don't go to Cody's because that's where we're at. Greatest bar in Chicago. He owns that. True Irishman. He's an absolute madman. It's pure chaos. I'll tell you that right now. He lets me stay at his place. He's got a great divorce pad. He's also divorced. And he's got an apartment right above a bar. That's not a great thing, but it's a great thing for a freshly divorced Irishman like Noli. It used to be the garden apartment. He's moved up in the world to the penthouse up here, literally above the bar. It used to be the garden apartment, which was even crazier. I mean, you would hear the entire bar right next to you, and like in the bathroom, there was a hole in the wall, and you opened it up like a hidden door, and you opened it up. Next thing you know, you were in the bar itself, like you were in like the proof or the supply room. It was like Narnia for alcoholism. Alcoholism? Yeah, the Narnia of alcoholics. You just opened up, and next you were in there, so you just go to the bar and just stumble down the steps and into his place. It was crazy. But now we're way above it. But the fun thing is we can still control the jukebox with our phone, so that's fun. So yeah, like I said, we hit a couple golfs in the Scottish Open, but now's the big one is the British Open. So we're going to give out some British Open bombs. I'm even going to give some Lady Soccer Cup bombs. And I'm going to talk more about, of course, have a Man in the Box segment. And I'll have just about Chicago and alcoholism. Pretty much. Went to the Cubs game. Not last night. Not the 17-3 game. God forbid I see something fun there. Went to the 7-5 loss game. 7-5 loss. They lost 7-5. They suck. It was Cubs Hawaiian shirt night. First 10,000 over 21 gets a Hawaiian shirt, Cubs shirt. We forgot they were getting. We showed up like the first inning. No way. They laughed at our face. Any shirts left? They laughed at our face. Are you kidding me? Douchebag Cub fans that were lined up at noon for a free Hawaiian shirt. Oh, my God. Fresh off a weekend of the Red Sox fans coming in here. What a building of douchebags. Anyway, with that being said, let's get this show moving along here because I forgot to tell you about the Circa Survivor and Circa Million contest. $14 million up for grabs. Get all the details at circasports.com. Circa Millions and Circa Survivor contests are back. $14 million guaranteed prize up for grabs. The Circa Millions is easy. 5 NFL picks against the spread each week, and it's season long. You have standings, and there's so many ways to win. You can, of course, be the winner throughout the year with $6 million guaranteed overhead. They do it by quarterly, the first 4 weeks, second 4 weeks. You can have the worst ones. They call it the booby prize. And you can break it down bracket-wise. You get a buddy and do it. Easy peasy, right? It's not. Of course not. It's fucking very hard. But it's fun. And what I do like about it, though, it's a season-long thing, and you're always in the money for it. Survivor's the same way. That one, that one everyone knows. You pick one game, no spread each week. You can't pick the same team twice, and the winner gets over $8 million. So I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. You might as well enter. Circasports.com for all the details. Sports Gaming Podcast will be out there the last weekend of August. It's a big sign-up weekend, A lot of fun things to do. You have to enter in Las Vegas, but you can play from anywhere. So that's the thing. If you go to Vegas anyway. It's a nice time to go there. It's only 155 degrees. It was Arizona and Nevada has been like fucking crazy. It's been like 120 every day for oh man, I'm dropping pills. And 125 degrees every day. And it's I think Death Valley was like 138 the other day, like the hottest ever recorded, and people were going out there to find it like it was like they're storm chasers, but they wanted to feel the heat and go hiking. And scientists were like, yeah, you're going to die. You can't walk around at 138 fucking degrees and go hiking. What a nightmare that would be. It wasn't that hot for a while. I remember it wasn't too long ago. It was like a month ago. People in Vegas were complaining because it was like a year before they had even a 100-degree day. Like, I miss it. What the where they didn't have 100 degrees. Now that's all they have. What the fuck do you miss about 110 degrees? Air conditioning is the only thing you can do. I remember going to when I was in Vegas one time. I was at Caesars, and we were going to take a walk. Out. It was something like that, like 105, whatever the fuck. It was crazy. It's a desert. You are literally in a desert with neon reflecting on you. So I'm like, yeah, I'll go walk the strip. I walked down the bottom of the hill, the walkway there, Caesar's walkway to the strip, sweating. And I'm like, and, I was like, almost dying, just going down a hill, not even 300 yards. I'm like, what am I, Moses in the fucking desert here? What am I trying to prove here? So I called an Uber to bring me back to Caesars just so I could get in the cab line, because Ubers are more expensive, and got in a cab. Took an Uber to get a cab to get out of that goddamn heat. So there it is. Anyway, going on to August. I'm going out there. SGPN is going to be out there last weekend of August. I'm actually going out there the weekend beforehand as well, because the CCFL is having a little fantasy draft there. I'm going to be on. I'm going to be on VSiN. I'm going to be on one of the shows. Maybe Greg Hoops. I don't know. Figure that out. Friday, August 18th. Look for me then. Anyway, back to me and the bottom line bombs. What was I talking about? Cubs game, right? That happened. They lost. I took a scooter with my man Bill O'Donnell. Shout out to Bill O'Donnell, the Cincinnati Deers. He will also be in Las Vegas. We do a tradition. He's a season ticket holder of the Cubs. And every time I come out to Chicago in the summer, which I love doing for a week to do shows, I hit him up for a Cubs game, and me and him go. He leaves the kids with the wife, says, beat it, kids. Me and Sul are going to the Wrigley, and we take a scooter, Dumb and Dumber style, through the town. That's a sight. And we see the Cubs lose. We've never seen them win. At least I haven't. He does a thing this year. The Cubs are so bad. They blew up that championship team and got nothing in return. He does a thing where take me out to the ball game, which is the most oh my gosh, the gayest in the third grade term, gayest, ridiculous thing where everyone's just waving and says, "Oh, hey, take me out," and they have some fucking celebrity sing, or they'll show footage of Harry Carey singing it. But my man Bill, he does a protest where he sits down during Take Me Up. That's his protest to Cubs brass, to the management. I call it white Kaepernicking. That's if you're a white capping, that's how you protest. You sit down during Peanuts and Cracker Jack song to really let Cubs ownership know what it's all about. But anyway, all right, let's get into some of the stories we got going on here. Before we get into the British Open bombs or the Ladies Soccer Cup, which I enjoy. I don't mind playing a little lady soccer. We have NFL football coming up, since that is a circuit contest, which I was talking about, which is pretty soon. College football is like a month away, and NFL will be here right around the corner. Running backs are creating a stink online. That's the big story so far. Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Tony Pollard. The three running backs in our side. I think Tony Pollard actually is signed, but I don't know. Something's going on with Saquon and Jacobs. I usually don't pay attention too much. Saquon's. And the story is, of course, the running backs are just worthless contract-wise for the NFL. They're extremely valuable for the team, but they're not to sign for an extension. It's a shame. And it's all because of the contract that the NFLPA signed, that they lock them in for that 5-year deal. They used to be able to do a 2-year deal, then they could renegotiate, because running backs' lifespan's not too long. So to get a second contract as a running back is pretty rare. And as soon as they get it, the teams regret it immediately. It's like giving a pitcher a 15-year deal. His arm's going to fall off. Running backs, they're going to fall apart. Like Ezekiel Elliott, Todd Gurley. Anytime you give these big running it's a shame because they are great and they're very valuable, but the contract itself, I mean, the way that it's set up puts them behind the 8 ball. And they have great points, these running backs. I hate when fans get on the fucking ownership side with this. Like, you're completely replaceable. We can get any guy off the street. I feel there's a hint of racism to it too when they act like we can get anybody to just run the ball like someone stole his bread or something. Like, what? No, you can't. No, you can't. Professional elite running backs are very, very, they're rare. Yes, you can replace running backs with anyone that can get certain yards, but, these stars like Christian McCaffrey and these guys, and, Saquon Barkley, they're rare. They're a reason why they're taking in the first round. And the only reason why they're not taking in the first round anymore is because the NFL have agreed, like their price fix. These fucking jerk off owners, like, just don't take them until the 4th round. We'll all agree to do that. Then we won't have to pay them. It's really fucked up. The biggest argument you see with how running backs are getting fucked is when you see how receivers are getting drafted. Paid. People like Corey Davis are making 5 times the amount of Miles Sanders and shit like that. Like, that shouldn't be right. These mid-range garbage receivers, not garbage, but come on. Those guys seem more replaceable. Fucking Christian Kirk than I don't know why I can't even think of a good than a Nick Chubb. Like, Nick Chubb is a beast right now for Cleveland Browns, but he won't be in a year or two. Once they have to pay him, we're gonna be like, sorry, see ya. Sorry, you're not as good as I don't even know. Chris Claypool, who's not good, but DeAndre Hopkins just signed with the Titans. The Titans love getting those Hall of Fame receivers on the bottom end of their career. Your Andre Johnson and Randy Moss. Remember they had Randy Moss for that 1 year? And I'm going to do the thing with DeAndre. What does DeAndre Hopkins? God bless DeAndre Hopkins. Get your money. Everyone gets your money. And I'm not even trying to make fun of Corey Davis. Get your money, Corey Davis, for whoever you fool. Jamison Crowder, somehow you keep getting on teams. Keep fooling them. Get paid. No one's denying you that. But the running back system is completely flawed. Apparently, they had a group text message thing, and they're like, all right, here's our plan of attack. We're going to tweet. We're going to text. And then Le'Veon Bell's going to compare us to, to the ant life. Yeah, he brought up like the Disney cartoon, like how he's the ants and the owners are the fucking moths. I don't see that shit. Who sees all these cartoons? My God. I never saw Shrek. I had to look up Shrek after the whole Northwestern Shrek fucking story. Good Lord. Pat Fitzgerald getting sued. You should get sued by Shrek. Anyway, let's get off the whole running back situation. I don't want to talk about that too much. I'll get into it later as football comes, but we have so much to get into. Speaking of football, Hard Knocks. That was also a story that came out. I'll talk about that a little bit. Hard Knocks is the best thing about preseason football. That's the show on HBO that follows a team. And they do it in season now, too. So we're like, why not? NFL Films does it, and they do an amazing job. It makes every team look amazing that they do. Every fantasy draft, someone drafts someone that was featured on Hard Knocks that doesn't do anything because you think, oh, this guy's going to be incredible. It's all on film. It's all slow motion. It looks incredible. They know what they're fucking doing. The sprinklers in the morning showing the field getting water with the morning dew and the sunrise. I mean, I would give those sprinklers a 5-year contract for $15 million. That's how good everything looks on Hard Knocks. So this year they're doing the New York Jets. Intriguing team, of course. Aaron Rodgers are on their way up. And the Jets, it used to be you had to have permission from the team. Now I think they're getting so big, like, fuck it, we're choosing you, like it or not. We're the NFL. Deal with it. And now the Jets have fought back. They said they never wanted it, but they have to. They were being forced. Aaron Rodgers is being forced. And they said it's going to be one of the worst Hard Knocks ever because they're going to restrict what they. First of all, the teams have always had 100% editing control. Nothing is ever shown on these shows that they don't know about. It's NFL. It's NFL. It's an NFL. It's all propaganda. It makes it look better. And of course, you're dealing with NFL coaches who are the top secret. They think they're military secrets. These fucking plays and everything. They have things that are going to get out. God damn, are they dumb? But anyway, the Jets are going to be like, we're not going to give anything. We're going to give him like just many sound bites. And they said they're not going to allow footage or access to when they cut guys. What? Yeah, we don't like it when they show people getting cut. We think that's inhumane. Go fuck yourself. You think that's inhumane. Inhumane was playing Zach Wilson for 3 years out there. Inhumane is what the goddamn product you putting out. Don't tell us how to make Hard Knocks Jets. First of all, you've already done this before. You had Rex Ryan talking about snacks and feet and shit like that. That was inhumane. Watching people get cut on Hard Knocks is the reason we watch Hard Knocks. You better goddamn well show some scrub taking his playbook to the office. Then having your dumb fucking coach, Robert Saleh, who's carrying all the receipts for the people who talk shit about us, those CVS long receipts. Have him cut some 4-string fullback, and then that 4-string fullback does that media. I want to make you pay for this. All right, I love that attitude. I want to make you pay. Sure, you will. Yeah, well, you're gonna make them go make the Arlington Renegades pay in the XFL because you're not paying here. All right, you're not gonna be playing for the Jets. How dare you, Jets? Not allow us to see someone bring their iPad to the locker room and avoid calls and get it part of the Heart Swab story. That was that's our favorite part of the Hard Knocks is you get to guess who's going to get cut. You turn along a young couple. He's got a young wife and a kid. They're setting up shop, and you know they're going to be in a chopping block. Anytime they start really getting into it to the family and showing it, you know they're going to get cut. It's great. They go on healthier lives. At least they don't have to go play NFL football. At least they don't have to be a scrub and pay minimum wage football. The inhumane. They hide concussions from these guys and CTE damage. They give them no fucking support, no medical. They have class action lawsuits these veterans have to pay, and they're still not getting paid for it. But they're calling this inhumane. Cutting a blocking tight end on TV on HBO. God damn it. Aaron Rodgers is mad because he can't control what? Because he can't control the interviews, like his weekly fucking Pat McAfee show, the McLaughlin Group on steroids. He can't have 3 bros in tank tops, and he goes and he whisks away about ayahuasca and all this bullshit. If I was HBO, fuck these Jets anyway. That's the whole point of Hard Knocks, too. It makes any team look good. You don't have – just because, yes, the Jets are intriguing with Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to see – I really don't even want to see Aaron Rodgers bullshit. It's like giving Trump access, like a platform. Stop giving Aaron Rodgers a platform for his old dumb fucking bros. Speaking of which, oh Noli coming on in. Yeah, I'm not visual, so you're welcome. Come on in. I'm recording my show here, the Bottom Line Bombs. That was old Nolan, who I was talking about. Here, let me get come on in there. There he is. Peek your head in the camera there. There he is. Now it looks like a very different kind of Coco show. Nope. Hold on. There you go. Jesus Christ. Put on a towel. It's not that kind of a show.
Bet the over. Bet the over.
Yeah, now I got a paywall with this show. I love it. That was that's part of the. I'll get into that in my Man in the Box segment. That's the chaos I'm living with. You just fucking have naked Irishmen walking around. Anyway, what was I talking about? That's a perfect time to go to a break. To be honest with you. And when I come back, after that break there, I'll go into some lady soccer bomb, World Cup bombs, and break down the British Open and give out some bombs, and hopefully we'll get some more winners. We've been on a heater with golf, and then of course the Man in the Box. But first, let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy. We're brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Best Ball Mania 4 is here, and Underdog Fantasy is giving away $15 million in prizes. Underdog Pick'em is also a great way to get down your favorite MLB and NFL season player prop. So many ways to win over on Underdog, and Underdog is available in so many states. Head over to UnderdogFantasy.com and use promo code SGPN for 100% deposit bonus up to $100. That's UnderdogFantasy.com. Promo code SGPN. And that's going to do it for the end of the reads. If you are liking this on YouTube, make sure if you're liking it, if you're watching it live, which I'm not going live, so I don't understand how that would happen. You like it and subscribe, that whole motherfucking thing. We're back on the Bottom Line Bombs. I am CJ Sullivan, live from Chicago, recording dead from Chicago on Wednesday from the road, not on the studio in Eagle Rock, California. But we broken down thing. We got interrupted by my gracious naked host, Nolan Rafferty. That looked extremely gay. But it's just the thing with the Irish. They're not getting us naked. They're naked as the jaybirds. Anyway, let's get into should I get into the lady open? Lady soccer. I'll do lady soccer real quick. And then we'll get into the British Open. And then I'm going to write down when I want bombs sound effects as well. The Women's World Cup. It used to be so let me take a look at the odds. The Americans, of course, are the favorites at plus 225, which is the biggest, the highest number they've been in a while. Usually they're like minus 500. Women's soccer is not respected around the world normally years ago. It's getting there. It's getting better. There's a lot more competition this year, which is good. Usually the American women would just fucking destroy everybody. And like other teams, they wouldn't even, like Mexico. The Mexican women's soccer team didn't even have uniforms. They had like fucking like spray paint numbers on t-shirts they bought at a gas station and shit. It was horrible. The Women's World Cup team is amazing. They're an amazing team. Well, one, they're great. They're the greatest. They win every time. They have great athletes. They're inspiration to all little girls. But it's amazing. It's amazing how it gets conservatives angry. It's just people who are misogynists, really. They root for the U.S. women to lose, which we will be doing too, but because we're betting against them. You want them to win, of course, you root for America, but like it's so funny, like those conservative rights who are all patriotism and eagle, America, but yet they hate women's soccer because they just hate because they say they want equal pay to the men. And they love pointing out about like the value and the money and all that shit and how much the FIFA. Like, what do you give a fuck? I don't understand these people. Like, well, the men in the FIFA makes like 10 billion times more. What do you care? When it comes to the record, I mean, obviously the U.S. Women's World Cup team is a behemoth. They're awesome. They're raising the entire sport of women's. They are women's soccer. There is no women's soccer without the USA team. everyone strives for, every other country hates because they're the big bad, villain, whatever, and they're the greatest. I feel they should, of course, they should get paid more. They should get paid for whatever. I want Hope Solo back, actually. Hope Solo, she was a wild card, huh? She's always getting mixed up in this stuff. That hot goalie who's got like domestic abuse, and DUIs, and just weird crimes, like whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. Point is, let's get into the Ladies' Cup real quick. So it's a month-long World Cup thing. It's in Australia. You should know that because Australia has a good team. They're one of the teams we're going to look at. They're at plus 950. And they're a good team. They just beat England in a friendly 2-0, and England's very good. Usually it's USA and England. They're the top two teams. England, I think, is 5-1. That's not a bad play, but also we can find better teams. So Spain's pretty good. Germany, all the men's soccer teams you think that would be good are good in women as well. So this is what we're going to go with. We're going to go with oh my God, is that? Oh, Brazil. All right. So I was going to give out some quick ones. See if any of these hit for fun. Now, of course, I don't want to openly root. You don't openly root against Lady Patriots here and all their heroes. But if we can make a little change, why not? Australia plus 950. We're gonna bomb that. So give that out. 32. Hold on. Bomb. Also for lead, a fun bet is the Golden Boot. I like the Golden Boot in the World Cup. Who's going to lead the soccer in the World Cup goals? And Australia's leading goal scorer is Sam Kerr. Her name is, and she's 13-1. So we're gonna bomb that as well. Sam Kerr 13-1 for the Golden Boot. That's my Australian Aussie double parlay. That's two big hits. Two other long shots if you like. And I'm only saying this just because of the odds. The odds are pretty good at these for these numbers because USA should win, but there's a chance they might not. Before there was never a chance they were going to lose. I got upset by Japan at one time. We're not even going to take Japan. I like Brazil at 30-1. How can you not take Lady Brazil at 30-1? And they got that legend. What's her name? Marta. They always have those one name legends, like Ronaldo, Rolo, Baldino, and they got one too. Marta. She's like 37. She's gonna have to retire. She's going out, so they're gonna try to win one for her. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But at 33-1, how do we not bomb? Put a little pizza money, as they say, on Brazil at 33-1. Bomb it. That's a saying that's a gambling term, pizza money. Meaning like, sprinkle a little, whatever, loosen around change. But pizza money nowadays, since I'm into this, is outrageous. I just saw a thing in Vegas, Caesar's, a regular pizza, $56 for a fucking regular pizza, not even anything like special, just a pizza, $56. It's pizza. It's fucking bread and cheese and sauce. But even your standard, like if you order a pizza now, it's going to cost you $30. That's crazy. No matter what, delivery, fees, whatever. It's all 25, 28. Whatever happened to stuff. When I was in college, kids, Corleone's, you got the fucking you got a $5 pizza and a soda special. The soda came in a container that was like for Chinese food. For $5. Anyway. So what did I give out? I gave out Australia 9.5-1, Brazil 33-1. Also, if you want to go deep into it, Canada at 40-1 is not a bad play as well. I'll give that out as well. Canada 40-1, bomb it. There we go. That is my lady. That's my Lady Cup analysis. All right, now let's get over to the British Open. What we're here for. I gave out my golden boot, Sam Kerr, and I gave out 3 high odd World Cup Lady Cup soccer futures. All right, now let's get into this British Open. There's so much stuff to bet on the British Open. I don't even know what to do with this. It's in Royal Liverpool, the 151st Open. That's the thing now. They want you to call it the Open. The Open. Go fuck yourself. It's the British Open. You don't get to switch this midstream. That's like the Ohio State. No, you're not the Ohio State just because you start saying it. That's not how names work. Names work when we call you that. It's like King of Pop never stuck with Michael Jackson. You can't just call yourself that shit. We're the Open. To say you're the Open, that dismisses the U.S. Open. That means like, oh, there's the Open, and then there's the other piece of shit Opens, like the U.S. Open. No, you're the fucking British Open. And you always get like streakers and shit running around, flags up their asses. So I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about your prestige just because you were 151st and the sport was invented over there and your links course. That's the thing with British Open. You got to deal with a lot of conditions and the links. All right, so let's look at some of the plays we got here. So driving accuracy is going to be a big thing with this course. Usually the bunker, they're known for bunker. The links, of course, you get the winds and the hardball conditions. And then you have the sand traps that are like 50 feet deep. You're in a graveyard. And then you have the rough, which is like these, this awful, like the fucking weed whacking, like the Bushmills, and that you could fucking bury a horse in. If you missed a fairway by 2 feet, that's what you're in. So driving accuracy is just as important as driving distance with this British Open. So let's take a look at who we like. Let's look at some of the top odds. I just hate how they call it the Open now too. So Rory McIlroy is 8-1. Scotty Scheffler is 8-1. Rory McIlroy won the Scottish Open last week, and it looks like, and his course sets up very well for him. This looks like his time. This was the place where he won his last major. It's a storybook perfect thing for him to do it, but to win this British Open, everyone thinks Rory. But it's whenever the story is this easy, it never happens. So I'm staying away from Rory McIlroy. Of course, I said that last week, and he won the Scottish Open. But when it comes to the British Open, you can get some long shots. I like to stay with them. I like to stay away from Americans with this as well. Scotty Scheffler. It's hard to picture this because this is going to be the end of the golf season and the end of the majors. It's hard to imagine Scheffler not winning a major this year with the season that he's put together. Because the season he's put together has been incredible. He's, it's like Tiger Woods, peak Tiger Woods, all the stats he does. But again, at 8-1, I'm not lining up to hammer Scotty Scheffler. John Rahm at 12-1, you could tempt me with that. Only because he's kind of off the radar because hasn't really played much since he won the Masters. And he played in L.A. Well, let's keep going down the line. Brooks Koepka, 20-1. He's the bully Brooks, who only shows up for the majors. We all know that. And he won the PGA. And then went on an all-time bender that week, doing cocaine and drinking at Florida Panther games and Miami Heat games with his model girlfriend. And we faded him the next week at a Live Tour event, and he showed up in shorts, and he almost pulled it off. The fact that he even showed up the week after the PGA Tour of doing coke at hockey games all week with the championship and his smoking hot model wife. The fact that he even showed up to play the next week, even if it was an LIV tour, to me was more impressive than anything Michael Jordan did during the flu game in Utah. That, my friends, who says that? My friends, was a great athletic achievement. So let's go down the line. All right. Cam Smith, we're going to skip away from Cam Smith. I don't like Cam Smith. I'm fading Cam Smith. I'm going to give a couple couple long shots. I'm actually going to go with both guys who I went with last week, who came in the top 10, who are still hot and who still love this European floor, and that's Tyrell Hatton and Tommy Fleetwood. We're going to do the same exact thing we did last week, and it almost came in. They both came in tied for 6th. So real quick, let's give out our British Open bomb of Tyrell Hatton, 28-1. Bomb it. Tommy Fleetwood. Hold on, I'm looking up the odds. 30-1. Bomb it. And hold on, let me get them, and then of course we always back that up with the top 10. To top 10, Tyrell Hatton plus 250. Bomb that. And Tommy Fleetwood 275. Bomb that. So there, we got 2 guys. We're going to go for the win and for the top 10. Now, that does not wrap up our British Open bombs. We got a couple long shots who I do love. Let's see. I have so many different notes. I'm scattered all over the place. I have a computer and my paper and passion here. I'll give you 2 long shots who I really like. Let's go through all these. Let's keep going. Let's skip. We're going to go Cam Young. He is at 80-1. Let me see. Cam Young, 80-1. Bomb that. All right. I'm pausing because I'm writing down when I have to put in the bomb sound effects later because I'm doing this from the road and I don't have everything lined up for me. But watch, so I'm going to do it really deliberately here as well. Also, Cam Young top 10 plus 550. Bomb it! That was fun. That was fun for me. Also another. So this is what I'm just going to stick with. I'm going to stick with this tight 2 plays, 2 long shots. We're going to go Minwoo Lee. He's at 65-1. 65-1. Bomb that. Oh my God, I can't. I'm laughing because I'm hearing music from outside. That naked Irishman is just playing. He's been playing a Wasp all week. A wild child. I'm a wild child. Come and tell me. Whatever the fuck that is. Anyway. Also, Minwoo Lee, top 10, 6-1. Bomb that. Good Lord. I'm going to have to wrap this up. This has been pure fucking chaos. I have so much more British Open matchups and bombs I would love to get into. Let's see. I want to give one absolute fucking crazy bomb. That would be pretty fun to watch. Let's see if we can get 200-1. Alexander Bjork at 300-1. How do you not fucking do that, right? We did him we did him last week because he's been a top 10 machine in the Europe, and then he didn't. I think he missed a cut last week. He did something bad. So now we're getting him at 300-1. So one final one just for the fuck of it. Alexander Bjork, bomb that. That's a real dart throw. And of course we'll put him top 10 too. So top 10, Alexander Bjork, bomb it. I'm saying that just for the tout videos. Let me see I don't even know what the fuck his top 10 is. Let me look that up real quick. I don't know because I'm hearing the Wasp being played through the windows. He is, as I go down the list. He is 15-1 for a top 10 play. That's pretty fucking great. So bomb that motherfucker. Anyway, I am CJ Sullivan, and this is the Bottom Line Bombs. Wow, 45. This is actually kind of a way to go. I'm still on the 45 minutes. I know it's going to go longer here. Because let's go into the box, and now we'll play Man in the Box. I think. I have no idea how this is going to turn out as far as music cues and people producing because I don't know. It doesn't go crazy. Can you guys hear it? I know you guys can't hear it. Only I can hear it. So this is where I'm staying. I'm staying with this crazy bar owner of Galway Bay. He's an absolute fucking lunatic. This city is just an alcoholic city. Like I said, I don't drink anymore. I still do a lot of drugs. Every drug comes in front of my face, actually. I'm not a nerd about this. I'm on the Demi Lovato plan, as I like to say. Still tough. Takes a long time for these pills to kick in without vodka, but that's the discipline you got to have. But no edibles will do whatever it is, and it just doesn't matter. This city fucking gets you. I woke up at like at 10:30 the other day, like I was hungover. I'm like, I didn't even do anything. Chicago knows what it's doing. This guy Nolan, oh my God, you just saw him. I can't complain because he's great Irish. It's great Irish, but he's always got 14 cousins coming in and out of here. It's just pure chaos. There's random dogs coming in and out of here. We went out Sunday. We had a grill out. Next thing you know, we went to an open mic. He goes up on an open mic. He tells some story about getting raped by a priest, and he's singing karaoke. He's driving his scooter down to Versi. We got his video of it all. He doesn't want me. That's the only video he didn't want me to post. You just saw him. He's here naked on the screen. He's like a webcam guy downstairs. He's on this thing called Coco, whatever the fuck that is. It's all women except for him. He's like this male gigolo on Coco. Holy shit. This is absolute. I'm like, I realized, I'm like, if I didn't move out of the city, I'd be dead. I can't believe I lived here for this long. I cannot believe. That's what every time I come back to Chicago, I'm like, I cannot believe I lived here and survived. Because I was full throttle. I was doing this every fucking night. Now it's great, though. It's kind of great being here and not drinking because you see I have superpowers. I can see all the drunks. It's like the Matrix. I see them stumbling towards me from across the room, and I can avoid them and like get ran into them and shit like that. And, I order non-alcoholic beers at I still go to the bars because the bars are fun. I don't avoid them, and I don't even like non-alcoholic beers that much. I mean, actually, they are kind of good nowadays. The last couple of years, the technology, they've always had the technology. They've just never had the demand for it, I guess. But they're all pretty good. They all taste fine. They all taste, whatever. There's even a non-alcoholic Guinness, which is pretty good. Well, Guinness never tastes like beer anyway. It just tastes like Guinness. That's why it's good. But it's not like O'Doul's anymore. O'Doul's, by the way, which is kind of funny. O'Doul's still tastes like O'Doul's, which is terrible. Which I kind of respect. I kind of like how O'Doul's is like, you know what? You're not supposed to be enjoying this. You're supposed to be reminded that you shouldn't be drinking. This should be painful. You shouldn't be knocking back Heineken Zeros or IPA NAs. So respect to O'Doul's. But anyway, when I order one here, first of all, I love ordering a non-alcoholic beer anyway, because I only order them at bars for like the social aspect of it, so people don't ask me questions. Because in Chicago, they'll fucking grill you. What the fuck? Why aren't you drinking? So I do it just to shut them up. But I love how bartenders never know where a non-alcoholic beer is. They're like, what? Non-alcoholic? Geez, I don't know. I'll check the basement. I think the old owner said he left a case in the back if ever we need it for a case of emergency. I could call across the street. Maybe they can help me out. Then they come back like 10 minutes later bleeding. Like, I found one. Look what I found. They only come up with one. And I love Chicago. Then I'm like, how much should I charge you? This is a true story. How much should I owe you? And the Chicago bartender looked at me. I was at Will's the other day. He goes, I can't I can't in good conscience charge you for for whatever that is. They think like I'm doing a magic trick or something. Like you're gonna drink this Bach Zero in front of all these other people and tolerate them and tolerate their bullshit. All right, I'd like to see it. I mean, that guy in the corner, he thinks Louisiana still has a king. He's an ass. You're gonna put out. You're gonna talk to him. Okay, I'd like to see that. If people catch, when people at a bar catch you, that's funny too. Sometimes I'll be drinking at the bar, the non-alcoholic, and having whatever ridiculous conversation drunks are having, and then they'll realize I'm drinking a non-alcoholic, and then they get angry, they get upset, like you tricked them. What the fuck? Have you been doing that the whole time? You're not an asshole like me, so you're not an idiot. You just been going along with my idiocy. What is this? I got friends who also can't believe in LA. It's no problem because a lot of people don't drink in LA. It's easy to not drink in LA because first of all, drinking sucks in LA. It's not fun. In Chicago, it's fun. Chicago, drinking is a fucking hell of a time. Chicago's a hell of a time, period. But this city is such an alcoholic city. There's a bar on every corner of the fucking street. And they're all having a good time. Doesn't matter the time or the day. It could be 4:00 on a Tuesday. It looks like they just won the World Series in there. There's a piano playing. They're screaming, come on in, get in there. Where the hell you get in there? Like, fuck, I'm just trying to drop this letter off. I'll be back. Oh, hold on. When I was walking to my buddy Bill O'Donnell's place, I needed a nice coffee. That's the only thing I look forward to anymore is like a nice coffee. He lives in a decent area there in Roscoe Village. I'm like, oh, there's got to be a coffee place there. There's a Starbucks. Starbucks was closed. Starbucks closed at 6:00. Yet there was 19 bars open in the 3 blocks there where they closed one coffee shop. They have an agreement. Yeah, go drink alcohol like a normal person. That's what they say here in Chicago. You can't have coffee after 6. You'll be up all night. Are you crazy? You can't have a coffee after 6. You won't be able to get some sleep. Now go drink 18 Malort shots and fucking 15 Old Styles and pass out like a normal person. So like I said, so here, Chicago friends, they still can't believe they love it when I come back. How's that not drinking? Is that still a thing? Like it was a fad? Like it was I got my ear pierced or something. You're not still doing that, are you? Still wearing that? Like it was like a fucking trendy thing, and not my life I was trying to save. They always ask you questions like it's a job interview. Not drinking, huh? Well, where do you see yourself in 5 years? You see yourself doing this down the road, or like, yeah, I don't know, alive maybe. I'm trying to see myself alive in 5 years. All right. Don't think it could be as funny though. They love saying that. Then or they can't believe it, and they'll say some story to me of something I did when I was drunk that proves why I should have stopped drinking. But they'll act like it's surprised, like it's a great thing. You're gonna stop drinking? What, you? The guy who missed his flight out of Chicago when he passed out to go away, man, and they left you there all night, and you pissed on the table because you thought it was a urinal, and you woke up naked. You're gonna do that? You're gonna stop drinking? But yeah, can you believe I don't want to do that anymore? Can you believe that's a thing? I'm trying to move forward in life a little bit. That's a true story. That wasn't even a rock bottom story for me. That was just a story. That's how great the owner of that bar, go away, is Nolan, by the way. Who you just saw naked here. I was passed out on their couch in the bar. And they couldn't wake me up, so they just left me there, closed the bar, and I woke up with clothes all over the place, jeans. It looks like a crime scene. Trying to find my passport. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be tough to get on a flight today. Then I realized I'm not getting on any flight. I can't even find my pants. You can't get on a flight without pants. That's FAA regulations right there. So I got behind the bar, made a drink. And of course, they have security footage. He sees me in security footage. What's he do? He comes down and joins me. We start drinking in the morning. Anyway, that's going to do it for today's Bottom Line Bobs. Thank you for tuning in. Good luck with the British Open and the Ladies Soccer World Cup. We are going to be back. I'll be back in the studio live to do this, man in the box style, in Eagle Rock, California next week, as we do it live Mondays and Wednesdays, noon Pacific, 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock sausage time. But also on the podcast itself, of course, on Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you listen to pods. Hopefully you're subscribed to it if you're listening to this right now. But if not, give it 5 stars, give a review. Tell 50,000 of your friends, please, to do that, to tune into this. And the Blackout Diaries, my other podcast I do with Sean Flannery, who I will be seeing tonight at the Green Door Tavern as I do comedy in Chicago. And also, if you're in Milwaukee this weekend, I will be there at the Improv with TJ Miller. We are doing stand-up comedy all weekend long in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Well, our Deerfield or Brookfield at the Improv. So come on out Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Hit me up. Hit me up at SGPN. I'll do the meet and greet, do the whole thing. See the man in the box. Other than that, follow me on all the on the Instas and the total on Instagram. CJ Sullivan was taken. Twitter at CJ Sullivan _ And yeah, that's it. Time to wrap this up. Goodbye.